Okay, that's a
That's
lot.
definitely more than I thought she was gonna do, but I don't think it. I don't
Are
think it touches Asker.
are we okay here though?
Yes, definitely.
Whoa.
I'll throw it out there. Oh my gosh! No, she did it!
Howdy, folks. It's your boy here, and we are back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes. And today's a very special video because I have the main man Joel on the hook. What's up, Joel?
Hello, summoners, and welcome to the TACHOcast here, where we look at dailies and try to forget whatever that garbage of a Fae channel was.
Oh man, just coming out swinging right out the gates. Not even trying to sugarcoat it, huh, Joel? So, I mean,
I try so hard.
I know, like, out of all the Fatubers, you're definitely the optimistic one, but it's kind of hard to really be optimistic. Oh, what did I go and do there? That was not what I meant to do. Why is it taking
Oh
me to the
man,
website? I did not want that. I just wanted to...
it's taking you to the Fae channel.
Oh my god, no, all I wanted to do was go to the post, because I know they have one about it in the bulletin board. Where is it? Oh, man. Oh, is this it? Hold on. Where is the recap for the Fate channel? Because I was pretty sure it was in here.
So you got,
Is it this? The Golden Week thing?
I think it was down below.
Alright, I guess
So-
it doesn't even matter. I mean, we pretty much get the gist of what happened in the Fate channel. So, what we're going to do here is I'm just going to do my daily Aether Raids fights. We're going to take a look at some defense replays, and in the meantime, we will just talk about the current events in Fae. So I guess let's take a look at this first replay here. Okay, so this is my brand new defense team, and it's pretty built to deal with a certain unit that his name starts with an I and ends with a KE. So I mean, this is a pretty layered trap here too. So let's see what these victims are going to make of it here. All right,
Now,
so
I've already played against this, so I'm looking forward to see how others deal with this.
oh, you fought this defense?
Oh, of course. I always go through my friends list and see how I do.
Okay, so then you're a little bit more aware of what can possibly go wrong here then. Okay, so he sends in Kagero first, which is interesting. I mean, is he not aware that I have cancel control here?
I don't. I think this was a desperation move. I mean, Kagero obviously is not taking out Myrrh, so yeah, this is. I hope something good will happen. Please, oh please, oh please.
Okay, so it's just a Hail Mary, I guess. Alright, so yeah, I have actually double cancel control here, just to be extra mean to people. So Igreen has it and also not. Alright, so he just surrendered on the spot. I guess he didn't check that I had cancel control.
Do people know that you've quietly become one of the best defense makers in the game?
Is that so? I wouldn't bet money on that. I think... Who has really good defense? There's actually a guy on my friends list that I think has way better defenses than me, but that also comes at a cost because all his units are plus 10. So I can't do that.
I don't know if I call that a good defense maker. Like, they might also be a good defense maker, but if you're just riding off of your plus 10s, I was really sad. I guess Sea Dolphin just recently stopped playing the game, but she was really good at making defenses and kind of I kind of did our current structure of rally traps. Like, she made a whole bunch of instructional videos on how to put them together and stuff like that. Adara is usually really good. Like, she loves Cavlines and always seems to have her nose on the her ear to the ground on the latest goings on. So has her latest ones. But you always have interesting stuff. I mean, you were the one who kind of pioneered the flyer ball, and I mean, yes, the flyer ball was short-lived, but so is everything in Fae. So, you know, that's...
Yeah, I mean, one minute we're looking at Emblem Ike being the #1 threat to deal with, and then who's it going to be next week, right? Like, we have no idea. Okay, so this guy, he lost 3 units here. He's got a Legendary Byleth. He's got a Legendary Camilla. We got Legendary Ninian. We have... Oh, Freya's a rare one to see on offense. And then we have Air, who is the bonus, and then we have Ash. Okay, so what is this guy?
What are we doing with Byleth? Like, was Byleth a bonus unit and I just didn't know?
I mean, maybe. Or maybe he's just running her because it's wind season and he doesn't have to give out that extra blessing. And then air is definitely his bonus for this one. So, all right, let's see what he's up to here. Why is he putting Camilla there? Does he think Camilla is going to just tank all of this?
This is a sack play.
Oh, so
they're hoping to... Yeah.
Oh, so he's just going to sack a unit and then try to win after that?
I mean, obviously he didn't do a very good job at it.
Well, yeah, I mean, the amount of threat range that this team has is just unbelievable. And a lot of it is due in part to this Robin that I've got here. So what are your thoughts on this duo Robin?
I think I've started to put her in one of the best units in the game, like, category.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, with the rest of the Chroms, right? Because whoever runs Fae loves Chrom.
Yeah,
absolutely loves Chrom.
100%. There is definitely a Chrom dev. But yeah, as we saw there, we're able to get like a million actions with this unit. She's got insane threat reach with Igreen giving the +1 movement, and then also Dagger has a rally trap set up on her so that the +1 movement turns into like +2 movement essentially. So a lot of terrible things can happen here. You don't really want to try to bait this, but then at the same time, it's really difficult to player phase as well because I have double cancel control and double saves as well. So yeah, I personally, I'm able to beat it myself with Emblem Ike, but it takes quite a lot of ingenuity to do it because you got to like try to really play around Robin, but yeah, it's basically like a 7-layered trap. We have a turn 1 setup with Azura, and then a Pathfinder line with Robin, and then a reposition trap with Igreen, so there's a lot going on here.
I'm finding that's like a better way to go. You don't really want a good defense right now, because there is no undefeatable defense. So you've got to have a really confusing defense.
Right, yeah, I think so too. Like, just the more you can catch somebody off guard, the better. As opposed to like trying to be very honest about what you're doing. You want them to fall for some kind of scheme. So that's kind of what I've got going on here. Okay, so we're going to hop in now. We're going to start doing my offensive fights. Should we do a double or should we be very risky here and just do like one at a time? What do you think?
I mean, I'm all about risk, so let's do one at a time.
All right, awesome. So what do we got here? The first guy, Irusu. Okay, we have a Kavlan setup. Of course, Shamir has her Fatal Smoke. We've got Sanaki there. We've got also Lake Jarn. Double Embla, as if I'm even going to bother trying to save skill this. Then we have... Oh, Harden gives a support, doesn't he? Attacking speed up 6.
Is Harden supposed to be the Ike counter? Is that what we're looking at here?
Well, I would love to see him do it if he can. So, let's bring it on, Harden. Let's see what you can do. Which one of my Ike setups should we go for? We have a nasty one. I've got one with Satyrs, so I can turn off like their Fatal Smoke or their AoE unit. I've got one with Mirabilis to get bonus doubler, and then I've got one with Robin to kind of deal with the baby Robin. So we just like offset her Hush Spectrum.
Okay, what are the other teams there? Oh, I need to see. Is it just all Ike?
I mean, believe me when I say we are not going to use Team 4 or Team 5 at all, but just in case, I've got a Gulveig hit-and-run setup with Chloe, and then over here we have just the classic Winter Edelgard cheese. But we're going to be using Ike the whole time, so those are completely irrelevant. Okay, so what do we want to do here? I guess just put Ike right there, and then he just baits everybody. Seems...
Okay, so before we get started, go back to that setup there. Is this going to be replaced with dual Lokis instead of dual Emblas now?
Yes. I think Loki is pretty much going to be the new Embla. You have 2 of her, and then they're shutting down every single lane with the penalty neutralization, and also you got 2 chances for gravity, which is pretty sick. What else does she do? She does like ploy, and she does exposure, and I think she does discord too, so it's just like a mountain of debuffs.
I mean, I still don't think she stops Ike, but she could help.
Yes, oh, for sure. I think that new Loki, the one that's coming up, is actually a must-pull. What are your thoughts on that?
I hate that. She is definitely. I mean, okay, if you're at all into summoner duels, it's not a question. Like, she is a must pull, absolutely. If you like defense, I think she's a must pull otherwise. But yeah, summoner duels and defense, actually they're kind of similar in what they require. So that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, not always, but typically there is a lot of bleed through, so I would say yes. Like, typically the things that work in SD will also work in Aether Raids, but not...
This is bold. You didn't neutralize the penalties on Ike?
I mean, I guess I could have, but...
Oh man, you're just like, screw you, Sanaki. You're so old you won't even be able to take them on anyway.
This is... I mean, when you use Ike, you have to kind of eat glue a little bit. You don't have to think. You just toss him in front and just dare the opponents to beat him, which usually they're not able to. All right, here comes Sanaki up first. Yeah, Joel, what's the worry here? 7-0. What are we supposed to be afraid of?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. AoEs, I guess. That's all I got.
Yeah, well, all right. Leg Jarn is up next. This is one of my favorite alts for an OC, the Egyptian Leg Jarn. Pretty awesome.
Oh, she looks really great. She had her month in the sun. That was...
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of bringing back the OCs now. We just got the Loki alt, so hopefully we get some more loves for the OCs. Particularly Sharena, I think, needs an alt at this point.
Oh my gosh. Please. I have the Sharena fund all set up. I'm ready for Summer Sharena.
Oh, that's a... Oh, like the surfing one that we had from Cypher? That'd be pretty cool.
Yes.
Okay, how do we get the pots here? That's the more so the difficulty than just winning with Ike. Is trying to get the pots.
Okay, look, that Triandra, is she decked out at all? Is she in any way going to threaten Milla?
Possibly, but I have a setup on Asker where he can bait ranged units. I have the Ike Ring and Sacred Scowl, so I can just, like...
Oh, nice.
Bait her.
Okay. That's what I was thinking, is you just bait her off in the corner and, let her smash her head against something that doesn't work. Okay,
so, like, this guy doesn't have cancel control anywhere, so we can do this. Just go for a quick bonus doubler. I've also got a Soaring Guidance there, so we can toss Asker all the way over there, and then put Milla over there, so we should be safe here.
Let me see this poor Mirabilis that you haven't even given an A skill. This is just sad. I mean,
look at the B skill and the C skill. Is that not enough? Does she really need any more than just that?
Was she caught napping? Is that what happened?
Possibly. I mean, that is how she always introduces herself, right? She needs a nap. Ooh. Okay, that's
definitely more than I thought she was gonna do, but I don't think it touches Asker.
Are we okay here though?
Yes, definitely. I'll throw it out there. Oh my gosh, no! She did it!
All right, well, so much for that, right? I mean, I would like to point out that's not Ike's fault. That's my fault. So. I mean, like I said, it's always the most difficult thing trying to get the pots when you're running bait units, because like all of the enemies are just gonna come right at you.
This is the thing, though. We always make fun of the dancers when they get those offensive refines.
Yeah,
they end up smacking you.
Yeah.
When Mirabilis, Mythic Mirabilis, first got hers, there were a couple times I was like, it's Mirabilis. She's not gonna whoop-pow, and then my unit would die.
Yeah,
ow!
Exactly, yeah. I don't think there was a way we could have hit anyone, though, from Triandra. I would have had to, like, have Ike go over there and attack, and then we could have, like, hit over here, I guess. But...
It would have been tough. I think we had to take more units out on that turn one. I think you had to be just absolutely brazen and stick him just right up in the middle.
Possibly. Or just, like, forget the pots in that fight and just try to get them in all the other ones. I don't know.
The pots are the hard part, though. You want to be able to do those.
Okay, here we go. Let's try again this time. Oh, what do we got here? Freyr in Dark Season, which is pretty common because you can't really get any other unit that does what he does here with his C skill. All right,
but it's usually common with some sort of rally trap. And I'm not seeing one here. So what's Freyr really bringing to you?
I mean, rehabilitate. Can he? No, I guess he can't use that. Some of the staff assists you can use as a like quasi rally trap sometimes, but
yeah,
not in this case.
Okay, the game said, so you wanted to eat glue. I'll give you something that you can eat glue with. Here you
well,
go.
I mean, here we go. The pots are right in my face, so it's a lot easier. Why don't we try the same team once again? Let's see how we do here.
Redemption. That's what this is.
Okay, let's also make sure we don't... Okay, Ephraim's only got one movement, so we should be safe. Does it really matter if we turn off, like, assists with Milla? I guess not. And let's at least try to get Asker support here. Yeah, so, okay, this fight will be a breeze. So, what are your thoughts on the actual Fate channel now?
I get more disappointed the longer it goes. Just to be completely honest with you. So, did you realize that this is the special video that they promised us?
Oh, this was it?
That's it. Like, it was end of April. We're there.
What was so special about this?
I could be wrong. I keep on... There was someone in the Discord who was theorizing that yesterday was actually Yggdrasil Day. Mm-hmm. And so they were like, don't worry. That'll be like the special day. Don't worry. Or is it today? Sorry, today is Yggdrasil Day. So they're like, don't worry, this will be the day. And I guess it's possible we get something at 10, and maybe I feel better about life. But man, if this is the special video, I'm like, eesh.
Oh, wow.
That would be a real hit. Like, we're not giving you an April Fool's Day video. We're just giving you this joke of a Faye channel.
Honestly, I would have been a lot happier with an April Fool's video than the Faye channel that we got here.
Absolutely. There's someone I know who keeps track of trends, and they usually do a Golden Week video every other year. Mm-hmm. And so the theory was that they weren't going to do one this year, and they were going to have a special, some sort of special like cutscene video. But yeah, that didn't quite pan out.
Okay. Well, that sucks actually. But what are you going to do? I mean, we don't always get good things. It seems pretty rare nowadays that we even get good Fate channels. A lot of them feel like they've just been pretty boring. I think I hate to say this, but I feel like they might just be running out of ideas.
I don't know what's going on. You know, IS is IS, and that's we never really know what they're doing. The other thing, I assumed that Roker Sieges was going to be changed in some way. Mm-hmm. And according to PM1, he can't find anything in the data that says that it's any different. Like, it's the exact same thing. It's going to be just as easy as it was, and you just get flowers. And the flowers are nice, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But,
well, okay, so here's the thing. Rooker Sieges has been dormant for quite some time. It's been a long time since we last had one. And
it's been a year, almost exactly a year.
Yeah, and my real issue with that is, like, low-key, Rooker Sieges was actually a better mode than a lot of the other new modes that they've added, like that Affinity Auto Start thing. I feel like Rooker Sieges was way better than that.
I think so.
Yeah, and actually, this might be a hot take, but I like Rooker Sieges even more than Grand Conquest also, because fighting a big raid boss for some reason is very appealing to me. I don't know why. Like, I just think that's a good idea.
Well, it's very Fire Emblem. You know, I mean, that's like what you do in Fire Emblem.
Yeah, pretty much. But I feel like they could do a lot more with it, too. They could make it be co-op and have, like, allied units just team up to try and do the most amount of damage that they can, and then, like, give out correct rewards like that. Just any kind of co-op, I think, is what we need right now.
I agree, and I thought they were at least going to do something, like, and making the difficulty just a little harder was a thing that I thought we were going to see, but apparently not.
This looks kind of familiar. Well, he's got a different map than I do, but it's Actually, is this map a better map than the one that I picked for my defense? I wonder.
What's that leaf like? Let's see that one.
Oh, by the way, I killed my lift because I needed Fatal Smoke for somebody.
I mean, I can't argue with that. I'm very close to doing that. I haven't needed Fatal Smoke on anyone yet.
You want to know what
first in line?
You know what the nastiest thing to do is? Give it to Ike, so then enemy Ikes can't heal off of him.
Well, it's enemy Ikes, and that's one of the big ways that you can take him out is by a nuke with Miracle. And so that takes that away too.
Yeah, so if you've got Fatal... Yeah, because a lot of people were running Hell on the last season to, like, Miracle tank Ike, but if he has Fatal Smoke Force, she can't do that. Yeah, so... I mean,
does Fatal Smoke... Oh, no, it does, doesn't it? It does everything but specials, is that... I forget. There's a caveat there, and I don't remember what it is.
Okay, so Fatal Smoke 4, it turns off all healing in combat, and then it also nullifies support miracle effects. So the special miracle still works, but the other ones don't.
Does it nullify the in-weapon?
I believe so. So the only thing you could actually use is the special miracle. By the way, this guy is just food for Ike, so...
He really is. This is, yeah.
I mean, I can't blame him. It's like everyone is food for Ike right now. It's not his fault. Oh, I could probably isolate his Eldian too, because one of the few plus 10s I actually have, Milla. Able to put that defense to good use. Alright, so this one's for you, Joel. I will actually get the debuff penalty neutralization there. Alright, let's just... Okay, he does have an armored unit. I love when they run save units, so I can just have an easier time getting the pots. Like, that's really...
Absolutely.
Okay, so what else was there in the Fate channel? We talked about the new Thor coming up. We talked about the Rooker Sieges thing. So, what do you think about the new... What is it called again? The new heroic ordeals you can do with a merge to get more flowers? What do you think about that?
Do we have a joke nickname for that? Like, there was... It seems like it needs a $ in it somewhere. That's...
Yeah, Oblivion put it the best. I think Oblivion summed it up the best because he said that if it was retroactive, where all of your legendary and mythic and emblem heroes could get it, it would be fine.
Yes.
But the fact that it's only for the ones that are going to release now is really scummy. Like, unbelievably scummy.
It's a money grab. I mean, it's absolutely a money grab.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, what is the purpose of gatekeeping it behind only new units? They might as... Because everyone needs flowers. It's not like it's a whale-only thing.
I think they want... I think they want people to start merging units again. I mean, that's a big thing that started to go by the wayside for... I mean, all the reasons you've talked about. Didn't you? You had a video on Never Merge Again or something like that?
That could be. I don't...
So, but yeah, that's a thing that's just not happening. Folks aren't spending money to merge units anymore because why?
Yeah, well, it's their own fault, though, because they've made merging units completely pointless. Because what's the point in investing in a unit when they're just going to be completely obsolete in the next week?
The thing is, it's not necessarily a bad thing to not have a whole bunch of merged units. Like, it's not terrible, but then when they try to incentivize it, then it suddenly gets kind of weird again. So I don't know. IS is doing weird IS things.
Yeah, well, let's have a think here. Out of all of the units in the game, what are really the only ones you want to merge? Just the offensive mythic heroes, because you need them to score higher. Yeah. I guess the legendary heroes, and not even like every legendary hero, but just at least one for 3 separate seasons, so you can always...
I would argue that at this point you don't do that, and you just have one of every legendary hero.
Oh, yeah, the bonus, right? Yeah, and then you can just...
Yeah, and that's... Yeah, you don't need a merged up one anymore.
That is true. So, is there really a point in plus 10ing anything now besides the offensive mythics?
Rearmed units.
Okay, well,
and I still say that your emblem units, I think those are good merge projects. I think they're at the bottom of that list, but I think they are valid to merge up.
Yeah, well, the +2 to all stats is pretty good from the ring. So I guess that does make... But that's really, like, whale level. Like, you have to be really, really try-harding to just, like, want to have +10s for the bonus stats on the ring. At least that's what I think.
Even if you just have one, though, I mean, that's the fact that the great thing they did with Emblem Heroes, and they did, like, let's give them credit, they did a great job with Emblem Heroes.
Yeah.
It's a free skill. Like, you summon a unit once, and then you can give a skill to anyone, anytime. Like, that's fantastic. That's a great thing.
Yeah, that's what skill inheritance should have been in the first place, is every time you summon a copy of the unit, you're getting something that you can give to all your other units, right? Instead of making it like a one and only thing.
So I mean, that's great. But then to add on and just an extra +2 to all stats, the fact that it's free, I mean, with that emblem ring, and of course, I mean, merges aren't free, but that's the fact that it's so easy to get is really nice. And again, if it's a favorite unit, I say that is a unit that you can merge up, and you will probably use them for a while. Like, I mean, we've got Marth, who has the slang. I don't know that slang will ever be bad.
Right.
I mean, hold that thought for tomorrow when they suddenly come out with something weird and crazy and
like double
yeah.
slaying -2.
Or everyone gets a Lucia's effect, and specials are no longer good.
Oh, that I think that's a thing that they're about to start doing more, is just giving people special nullification. Because, like, if you think about Emblem Ike, that would be a serious blow to him if more offensive threats just start coming out with Lucia's effect built in.
It would turn everything on its head. And they seem to be really into trying to make units last more than one hit. So more interaction. And so that would definitely do it.
This is an interesting one. Check this out.
All right. Have you seen the Lagoo's Friend 4 Gatekeeper just take on just about any defense out there?
Is that a thing?
Oh, yeah. There was someone in the Discord who was showing it off. And
wow.
It's so funny.
That's actually hilarious. I mean, Lagoo's Friend is so busted. It could be a really good option on this guy, too. Even though you're losing the Warp Bubble, it gives him offensive potential and more true DR. So, like, I could see it.
And I'll have to give credit to Jay in the Discord who did this. The funniest thing was he now supports his tanky Gatekeeper with another Gatekeeper.
So, that thing that I said from ages ago when we saw Gatekeeper, just run like 6 Gatekeepers and you're good to go. I guess that's going to be the new... That's the new meta. Just the full team is just Gatekeeper.
We'll be able to fully realize it when we get Mythic Gatekeeper.
I don't know if I would say I'm afraid of this necessarily, but here's the thing. I'm not sure which one of my Ike teams I want to go for here. I'm thinking, like, maybe go for the one that has Satyr, but if you turn off Robin's turn with Satyr and then she's just going to get rallied by Dagger, it doesn't really matter, because she's still going to get her action.
Well, I think you have to turn off Dagger and then bait Robin, right? Do we have any other rallies?
Yeah, he has it on... It's just Dagger, pretty much, and Robin who have rallies. Everyone else has nothing.
Sorry, what did that Tsunaki have? Did that Tsunaki also have... Okay.
Oh,
and is that a devoted basket, Cavasier?
No, it's not.
Okay, good. Oh, cool. Okay. That's not the bad one.
Well, also, another thing, he doesn't really have enough cooldown reduction here, so Leon and Tsunaki are not going to have their specials ready. I'm thinking send Ike up the right side, and then... But I'm kind of, like, worried about what this Robin might do to me.
Well, Robin won't be bad unless they rally someone, right?
I'm going to go with the Satyr one. I think that's the smart way. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn off Robin's action. So even if they get rallied by Dagger, like, I don't think she would be able to reach Ike if I put him over there.
All right, let's see it. Let's watch the magic happen.
All right, let's also make sure we're getting a lot of support here. All right, this is a pretty good defense, though. This is probably the best one we've seen all day. All right, let's make sure Ike is getting rid of... Well, okay, let's say Dagger goes there. Actually, is Dagger even warping here? Okay, yes, she is. She's getting air orders.
And I'm a little worried where you just put your peony.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that is true. Okay, so... What I can do is smite Peony over here and then put Ike there, but that... He's still going to get hit by Robin. Well, even if Robin...
No, I think you're fine. I think you're fine.
Even if Robin gets rallied, though, from where she is, if I have Ike there, she's not going to hit him with Hush Spectrum, so... Actually, what I'm thinking now is to smite Peony and then guidance for Ike over there. Like this. Oh, wait, why can't I warp?
Oh, because Gatekeeper.
Oh, man, that's good. And then he's got the catapult, too, so now I'm just, like, royally screwed. Because he's going to break my fence. Oh, man. Well,
this is what happens. This is what happens when you talk and try to play at the same time.
Exactly. Oh, man. Is there anything that I can do here? I don't think so.
Hold on. What is on your air? You got Smite?
Yeah, I got Smite.
I mean, you can step Ike up and then
smite her over there, but
your mill is exposed. I mean, it's the best you got right now.
Yeah, this is gonna go horribly wrong, but let's at least see what happens here. Oh, that doesn't help because now Sanaki just eats air alive. Right,
yeah,
that was my
Poor
own fault.
air.
Yeah, I mean, Gatekeeper, he's kind of just that good.
Oh, Gatekeeper.
All right, what did we use already? 2 ladders? And it's only day 1? This is not going so well.
Problem, we've been chatting too much.
Yeah.
We gotta focus.
Yeah, well, I'm probably not going to have to use all 7 ladders, but... I mean, you say that's...
Okay.
Famous last words, right?
Do you know what I'm talking about with the devoted basket, Cavasier?
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, that weapon is just nuts. You get melting on...
absolutely.
Like, every red tome, pretty much. Okay, I love how we went from a pretty good defense to another, like, easy one. Oh, man,
this is cake.
Remember when Walhart was pretty good? When he could do his flash effect, and now everything just has null C?
Yeah, that's when Flash was a thing.
Yeah. Oh man, that takes me back to like OG Aether Raids when these all used to be walls. Remember that?
Yeah. The unbeatable scenario there. That was crazy.
Yeah, I feel like they should give us more defensive map options. I'm not really too satisfied with any of the ones we have.
Okay, hold on. Before you do anything crazy, are they going to break that block right underneath Morgan and rain havoc upon you?
Possibly. But I was just going to do this. I just wanted to get the penalty neutralization, and then we could just do like this. And we should be safe.
Oh, excellent. All right. Go hide.
Yeah, pretty much. We could also isolate somebody, but I guess it doesn't really matter too much. And then this guy... Oh, I should have probably gotten his support on Ike too, but I forgot to do that.
You're like, I can take them all.
Yeah, Ike. When you use Ike, it's all about just knowing that you've won. Pretty much. Oh, speaking of Ike, how did you fare in Summoner Duels this season?
I didn't even get to play this season. I was single dadding it this weekend.
Oh.
So my wife had a booth at one of the Renaissance fairs near here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, it was awesome, but I wish I would have gotten a chance to play. It looked like a fun season.
Yeah, it was pretty much just veto Ike every single time.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. What's funny is that I had a pretty bad Ike team. It wasn't like necessarily that bad, but it looked scary on paper because I had a bunch of support on him, like Bonus Doubler, and then I had Ashnard for support. So it wasn't really that scary of a team, but everyone vetoed it anyway because they just didn't want to deal with Ike.
I kept hearing the true power was Legendary Corrin with Lagu's friend, and that was the meta.
Oh yeah, I mean, she's pretty good too. Also, Duo Robin was really good too, and not too many people vetoed her, so I got to use her a lot.
Well, that's what's nice about having such easy band bait in Ike, is that you can set up your other teams with confidence that that's probably what you're going to use.
Yeah, I also double dipped. I had a team with Leon and a team with Ike on separate ones, so it's like pick your poison. Which one are you more afraid of?
But I have been interested to see you get like really into Summoner Duels. That's been fun to watch.
Oh, me? Why me? What have I done?
I didn't know you were really into it. And about was it about 2 months ago?
Yeah, I only
Suddenly
just...
you started popping up all over the place.
Yeah, I've only been taking it seriously recently, mainly because I'm not sure what sparked it. Out of nowhere, I just was having fun playing the game again. I think it's because I don't really save orbs anymore. I just YOLO. So, like, I'm getting more units more frequently than I was before, where I would just, like, hoard orbs forever. So maybe, like, part of it is due to that, where I can just, like, actually have new units to play with. Oh, check this out. Peony's able to beat Hell there. Low-key, I kind of did this on purpose. I had her with the Marth Ring and Ruptured Sky so I could pre-charge it with Asker, and then she could, like, finish off Hell after Ike has taken her down to, like, Miracle range.
Nice.
But I guess she just does it by herself. That offensive refine, right, is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Peony, as you know. So that's
Yeah. Actually, who is your favorite fairy? Peony?
Yeah, it'd definitely be Peony. My favorite. I like the fairies though. I'm not in the Oblivion camp where he thinks that all fairies are bad and should be crushed under your toe.
I wasn't so much a fan of the fairies from that book, but I did like Freyr and Freya. I thought they were really cool.
Yeah, that whole book felt like it had a lot of unexplored content that could have made it a lot more entertaining, and I was hoping we would see more of that in the what was the Tempest Trial story mode. Particularly Triandra was. I mean, that's kind of a dark story.
Yeah. How do you feel about Mirabilis being the only one to not get like a fancy new upgrade, like all the other fairies?
Oh, I don't. I'm kind of sad about that. She did get a good ult a little later on, but I mean, they even featured her in the dance video, so I was expecting at least something.
Yeah. They do tend to play favorites a bit. Is Mirabilis the least popular fairy? Is that why they do that to her?
I have no idea. How would they even measure that? Like, how would they know who was the most popular fairy? Because they didn't really put her in a place to succeed as a defense mythic.
Right. Well, she's just a defensive dancer. Those are always helpful. But I guess you're right, because, like, what I was thinking was maybe they could see, like, who is summoning for which fairies more, like, by orb count. But Triandra kind of had a free ride on her banner where she was sharing with Freya. So, like, that was kind of a good green share. And then, who else is there? Plumeria was, like, the savior for Astra season when she came out, because she was the first one to give the Res Blessing, I think. Or was it?
Absolutely.
And then she was, like, the dancer, too, so Plumeria came at such a good time for Astra offense. And then Peony was free.
She was speed, but that was the time when speed was still good.
Yeah. But then still, like, having that offensive dancer was really helpful anyway.
Oh, definitely. But maybe they go by CYL votes? I don't know. But I always like Mira. You know, she's the sleepy fairy.
You know, I never really thought about it, but I guess, like, out of all the fairies, which one do I like the most? It might be her, honestly. Just because, like, she doesn't really have anything negative about her. She's just, like, a good girl. She just sleeps all the time, takes naps. I did like that one paralogue with her and Linhardt, where they were looking for the best napping spot.
Yes.
Okay.
That was great. But, I mean, you don't like her enough to give her an A skill, though, was the problem. So, I mean,
Joel, what does she even... What do you give her? Like, what does it matter? There's no A skill that she really wants. If you want to really go that way, then I guess, like, Fortress Def Res. just to give her more true DR, but I don't know. It's not the biggest deal to me.
Yeah, even Fortress Res. I mean, poor girl. She just got nothing there.
I am very stingy with my, even like free-to-play fodder, I am very stingy about giving units like any skills at all. So whatever I've got, that's typically what I go for. Okay, so quickly before we wrap up, did we forget to talk about anything in the Fate channel? Did we cover all of the topics?
Okay, did I miss something? Are people really summoning for these revival banners? Is that a thing that happens? Because they keep on doubling down on how many they're giving us, and they seem to think it's a really good thing that now they're giving us 3 at a time as opposed to 2. And I didn't know, I don't know too many people who are really like gung ho on these things.
I think it's mainly just a way to get units back into rotation quicker, because we've got so many units in the game now that they can't have such a long waiting period before bringing back specific characters, because they know like even the least popular characters, someone is going to be their like biggest fan. So I think it's more so a thing about accessibility than just like that people are summoning on them more often.
Also, is it like a gateway drug? Like you summon that one free time and then suddenly you want to summon more?
Well, getting the free pull and getting a 5-star off it is always the best feeling in the world. So maybe. Oh, by the way, how did you do on your tickets on these?
I haven't done. I always save those up for whenever I do my summoning live. So that's I'll save them up for then.
I guess that'll be when Loki comes out, right?
I'm thinking about doing one this Friday actually. So I've been meaning to do one for. I was thinking about doing Jackbox, which the members really like. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, okay. All right, so I guess that's as good a place as any to wrap up. I think we've covered all of the major topics in the Fate channel. So, any final thoughts?
Okay, so question: what is the thing they could release right now that would make you pull out your wallet?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably something like the Emblem Heroes, where they have an unlimited resource like the ring. So, like, maybe bond rings? But I'm not sure how they would implement the bond rings.
That'd be interesting. So, it basically, I mean, if it kept the same, it would just be a lesser version. So maybe it would just be pure stats, or maybe it would just be more like the seals.
Maybe. Or, some of the bond rings had effects on them, too. Like, I think Olwyn gave you a brave attack with the Thunder Tome. So, like, maybe something like that. Like, one little effect on a bond ring I think wouldn't be that bad. Or, like, some of them just give you good stats.
All right, so bond rings. I was expecting, like, a character, but, I could get on board with bond rings.
Yeah, I'm not, like, even though I have Ike as my profile pick and I'm, like, the Ike guy, I don't really see myself as having an affiliation to any real character. I have a lot of characters that I like, so anytime they get shine is always fun for me. I'm not, like, playing favorites out here.
All right, you heard it here. Tacho loves us all equally.
Yeah, nice guy, Tacho. Doesn't play favorites. He likes all his kids the exact same amount.
Except for Mira, who doesn't get an A skill.
Apparently. Okay, guys, so I think that is a good enough place to call it a day here. So thanks so much, Joel, for being on with me on such short notice, I might add. I didn't even give this guy any, like, advance. I was just like, hey, Joel, you want to record today? And he was like, okay, sure.
Oh, it's been a long day, and this was a great way to unwind. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, anytime, man. We've been trying to get on a collab for a little bit now. I had an idea I wanted to do, but I feel like scheduling is pretty rough with you because you've got the family responsibilities.
Come on, don't you know I want to play video games instead?
All right, come on, Joel. You got to be a responsible adult here.
In all honesty, he plays games with me, so I can't blame him.
Oh, no. That probably makes it even more fun.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely.
Okay, guys. So I'm sure you've already subscribed to Joel. But if you haven't, there's going to be a link to his channel in the description of this video. And also, I'll probably put a link as a side tab in this video so you can easily find his stuff. So that's going to wrap us up for today, guys. Hope y'all had a good time, and I will catch y'all again tomorrow when we get the next video.
Take care and schedule an appointment with your Tacho real soon.